supposed to be the enhancement that reflects the development of the internal. This is why they keep talking about manifestation and the secret and all of these things. They trying to tell you in a roundabout way that if you move and steer from the religious documents and go into the ancient spirit sciences, they call it manifestation, right? If you get enough people to consciously comprehend something and it makes sense, right? And they got the right blood, it activates DNA codons that wakes us up from the slumber. This is where we at now. People waking up so fast, it's just breakneck speed. But to the people who don't understand process, it looked like it's taking a long time.
No, indeed. So, all right, what the story of Noah's Ark? Noah saving the animals, the flood. Obviously, we know that's not exactly what happened. So what is the truth about this story that we hear called Noah's Ark and this flood that took place, Rod?
So that's a local story of Utnapishtim merged with the Emerald Tablet story of Tahuti.
Okay.
Let that sink in for a minute.
A local story of Utnapishtim.
Utnapishtim, who Noah is the middle portion of the name. It's Utnapishtim. Nuh. That's how you pronounce it in the Kemetic language, Nuh. And what it's just like shortening your name, calling Robert Rob. Okay, now what happened over there is the same thing they was doing over here when they was flooding our cities out.
Like Katrina, you mean?
Yeah, so they gonna break a dam. When they break this dam, the water is gonna fill in the valley that they in, and this Noah cat or Utnapishtim, he didn't have one of every animal on earth. In the original text, he had one of every animal on his farm.
Yeah.
The Mount Ararat story of the ship made of the gopher wood, all that is the extrapolation of the migration of Tahuti from southwestern America, as we call it now, around the Grand Canyon, which he tell you about in the Emerald Tablets. And then he landed in what's today known as Kemet, and then constructed the pyramids, right? These ships they keep talking about they found at Mount Ararat has nothing to do with the ship that Tahuti was flying, because it was not a wooden vessel. So the wooden vessel, and that's the story of Utnapishtim, who built a sizable raft to take two of each one of the animals on his farm, so he can rebuild this farm. And let's take you back to the biblical story of Jacob being tending to the flocks, and then he's selectively breeding so he can end up with the most livestock. It's all these are carryovers of ancient texts that they don't want us to know even exist, and then they create fantastic tales wrapped around a little bit of the truth.
Yeah. So this Great Pyramid of Giza, Rod, when was it originally? Because there's so many different dates floating around about when it was built. When was it originally built, and how did it originally look? I heard it had wings at one time. I heard all types of stories about that pyramid.
Well, first of all, it's about the Giza pyramids is not as old as Sphinx. The Sphinx was built first.
Well, that's what the Sphinx. Yeah, okay, yeah, but go ahead, good, yeah.
The Sphinx is about 40,000 years old.
40,000.
The pyramids was built a couple thousand years after that, maybe about 8,000 years, which would roughly date them to about um, maybe 30,000 years ago. But the best judge of when they was built is the reverse precession from the Orion star constellation, right? When you back it up, about 10,500 years ago is when it was activated, because that's when that alignment took place.
Different, what's that? Different person or a different prophet.
Right. Now watch this. When Elijah started getting infiltrated, Malcolm ran what you call a red herring.
Yeah.
He draw the heat off Elijah and expose the infiltrators. He tell you in the public speech who they is, because we got to do everything out in the open.
Right. Because they
tell
kill
Elijah, he tell you running the name of the infiltrators down, and this is how you know he talking directly to Elijah, because he say, I'm not talking to the police because they already know this. They the ones who told me.
Wow.
Right? So if he ain't talking to the police and he ain't talking to the niggas in the street, because he said the niggas in the street know that this ain't ratting if the police already know it. So he already then qualified the people in the street know what he talking about. He talking about Bumpy Johnson. And he's talking about the ones in the Nation of Islam that's getting close to Elijah Muhammad. He run the name.
No, did you? So wait, Mo. I stop you. Sorry, you can keep going, but they got a TV show called Bumpy Johnson with what's name on it, and that's the same. That's crazy. I got a TV show talking about that.
That's based on a true story.
That's a good question.
Word.
That's crazy. So he was a sellout.
Y'all want to answer this right here? It say the question for the guest
of the live. Was Noble Drawley a Cherokee? Yes, he was. Yes, his mom and dad were they were chiefs. His mom and dad were from North Carolina. They were native. They was Aboriginal Indians. Yes,
and they actually lived on a Cherokee plantation down there,
yes.
Reservation.
Yes.
And no, he was not a Sephardic Jew, but he infiltrated the more Zionist Jews who created the Sephardic Jews.
Yeah.
In order to get the secrets to us.
Did do that. I wonder why they trying to chase him out of New Jersey.
They didn't chase him because he didn't have to go. He could have stayed there and fought him. But he left because he needed to establish something before he fight him. He needed to establish something to carry the information to the future.
So that's why he gave the information to this stenographer.
Yeah. Everything that he got in book form, in written form, the oral statements, the Circle 7, all that shit coded.
Right.
And the Masonic code is necessary to understanding the Masonic degrees in order to be able to even know what he's talking about.
Right. Even
the Yaqub story is a Masonically coded story.
It is. People they can't grasp that people had that much knowledge. We was doing it before Yaqub was doing that.
Right. So the whole thing that they not getting is the reason why they was telling us the Yaqub story, because they was telling us that they use pale faces to keep us out of institutions. And they keep us uneducated so they can miseducate us in a couple of generations. We didn't know this after we was taken from our parents and miseducated. We didn't notice no more. It was a secret. Hold on. This was, you know what I mean? This was the secret in the lodge that they kept from us, which would betray who we are as a people, because then we're going to start waking up when we get that information.
Yeah. We go over this shit all the time. It's the same information we go over.
Now, in order to cover all bases, Clarence 13X say, well, what about the ones in the street that still smoke the cigarettes and still drink? They don't want that strict structure of the nation.
Yeah.
So he went and formed the 5% Nation.
5%.
So that none of the children, none of us in the inner city will be without a tribe to attach to in order for us to reclaim our birthright at the end.
Mathematics.
So when these elders sit together, you're going to see a brother named Prince Cuba from the 5% Nation sitting right up there with Malachi.
Right.
Right? Because he was the one who gave him the 120 to transcribe and gave him permission to do a lot of these stuffs. And it's a brother named I think his name
You talking
Dingus
Malachi Bay,
Hill.
right?
Yeah,
No, you
Malachi
talking
Z.
about
York.
Malachi Z. York.
Yeah.
Z. York. The
Yeah.
Wapping.
Oh,
And he gonna have Dingle who gave him from the charter, gave him the right to reprint the Circle 7 in a hardbound edition.
right.
All of these gonna be sitting there to represent everybody under the tribes. But a lot of y'all gonna run into Chief Malik Angel Bay. Some of y'all, like you, he gonna take your red flags and give you a black one.
Yeah.
And then he gonna give you a sword. I don't know if it's gonna be literally or figuratively.
Yeah.
To reestablish the justice on the land, according to the 5 highest principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Facts.
That's his
Right.
job.
Yes.
That's his job over here with us.
So when I first got on live, you was giving me a text, Mo.
You said
no,
what?
I had to give you the pushback first.
Yeah.
That's sort of like a text to see if I was an agent.
Because everything he was saying, he was talking information. He was talking.
Yeah, he was. He was. I just didn't accept it because he wouldn't accept who I was from what I stood on. I stand on this, Mo, and I respect you as an elder.
I got some brothers that's Moors in the Moor Science Temple. They understand me clearly.
Yeah. Of course.
Listen. I say old school from where I'm cut from. You know, I've been knowing the science since the 80s, 86. You know, and just like the brother said, the black fez was always given to you. You know what I'm saying? You was ordained that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, hey, take that. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. You know, because
Right.
you're already on point. You feel me? I said this already. We built on this already. You know
I know. That's what I was telling the other Mo on the live. I was like, I'm gonna go get one. He's like, you can't get one. You gotta earn it.
So Red Lodge on our land, the highest Red Lodge is a law enforcement branch of the family.
Right.
That's Chief Malik Angel Bay. That's why they tried to bury his ass in the penitentiary. We didn't know who our chiefs was until another chief come and start saying, hey, family, wake up. They got the chief in bondage over there, and y'all sitting here going about y'all day-to-day activities.
So who told him that? Did the Noble Jali put everybody on notice about it, or who did it?
Did what?
Who told him about the chief?
We talking about it now. This conversation that we having is part of the information campaign to alert our people to who the rightful heirs to the land and who the chiefs on the land is.
Facts.
So I had to give you the pushback because the people got to see that you ain't gonna back down and I ain't gonna back down, and then I got to say, okay, the joke is over. Now let's get down to business.
Right.
Let's talk family business now.
That was his way of venting, like we do all the time.
I said it so it's I understand. I was just sort of like you wanted to make sure I was who I say I was, because you kept saying it. I kept thinking it as like, all right, well maybe he's just backing off, but I understand what you coming from a sincere heart now, basically.
Right. I told you everything I do come from a place of sincerity, or I'm not gonna participate in it.
All right. But if you didn't feel my energy, what you would have said to me, you wouldn't talk.
If you would feel right, I'd have went a whole different angle at you. If you would have been one of the dirty Moors, it wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been the same. I'd have hit you in the head with so many facts that you would have been been leaking.
Listen. If you wasn't vibrating on some high, value information, I would have been.
I already know, nigga. I already know that now.
So you coming across exactly what we talking about and what it's about, just in your way. It's nothing wrong with that. You got all the information, you studying the information and you putting it together the right way. You just saying, exactly what we saying, but louder.
So you just
everybody else can understand.
You just revealed a critical key, and I want to make sure that this brother get it, because it's a very important key. I told the story from my angle. It don't make you wrong.
Right.
Because you don't see the world the way I see it.
Right.
When you tell me from your angle, I can't tell you you're wrong. That's why you got the right to worship under your own vine fig tree. Right?
Absolutely.
But when you come trying to shake my tree, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to push back.
Absolutely, you're right. I shouldn't. But I said this. Wait. Just to clarify this, I said this on a live when Mo was on a live. Did I not say that to you, Mo? I said Mo can't tell me who I am if he know who he is, because he know we all control our own vessels. I can't tell him who he is. He can't tell me who I am. We can't disagree. We got to come to a understanding that we're not the enemy. Me and you, even if I don't understand that person not my, I know that you're not.
I
You're not
gave you the caveat.
Right.
I gave you the caveat out the gate when I said,
right.
I recognize you're not one of them dirty moors before you ever said anything.
Now watch this. Now watch this. When you ask them, do we have ID or identification, and he say no, you don't have none. I don't have none. So you know, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like this, yeah, you right.
Yeah. I just want to make sure though. I just want to make sure.
You see, okay, so you don't got no birth certificate? No. I don't got one. No, I don't got one.
That wasn't for me. That was for the people alive.
That shit fraudulent.
People understand.
I'm not
they don't understand the people signing that
kind of talking about.
Yeah. They don't, most people on the live, they think that what I'm saying is I'm attacking who he is. No, most people don't understand that they're under contract with the hybrid, the people that's doing all the stuff to us. No,
let me give
you an example. They don't understand that they're under these contracts.
Like Rue.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like Rue.
They don't understand it.
Like Rue said to me, he said, yo, Nick, yo, I got a record, man. I got felonies. I said, nah, no, you don't. You don't claim that. That's fraudulent. That's what they put on paper. That ain't you. That ain't yours. You know what I'm saying?
The only way you can break the law is 2 ways. 3 ways, actually. The only way you really can break the law is kill somebody, steal somebody. It's technically not stealing, but that's the all law of the planet. Why would you want to do something that you don't know that's not done, that you don't want done to you? That's how I think law. That's what I think law is. Don't do nothing to somebody that you don't want done to you. That's my law. Then you got other laws that everybody else agree with and come to an agreement with. But my law is don't do nothing that I don't want done. Don't do nothing to me that you don't want done to you. Period. That's just from my perspective.
As long as you're not infringing on nobody's life, property, pursuit to happiness, you know, anything's in that nature, you good money. You can go ahead and make a fool of yourself all you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you can't rob a bank for money. Only if it's technically that's not money. We're talking about technically. Yeah, that's fiat, because the so-called Indians or whatever you want to call it, the Aboriginals deem money silver and gold.
That falls on the
Hey, now look, I gotta tell y'all this. This might be some good information for you to know. When the people that got kicked out of Europe came over here, they brought servants with them.
Yeah,
the servants was the children of wars with Huns, Mongols, and Hindus.
Hindustan, yeah.
So when they brought them over here, they dressed them up and called them Indians.
So they grown their Indians over here.
And they registered them under the Dawes Roll. Now watch how they get us phased out. On the Trail of Tears, the ones that look like me and you, they dropped us off in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, all through there. They, just kicked us out as if.
And then they put the other ones they brought over. They just let them keep walking on up north.
Right. And then when they had all the other original people out of the mix, except for the Big Mama, because you got to teach them our traditions, because Okay, so I'm gonna do some invites. This is a very important video. I'm gonna go into some stuff in here we really need to get into. Urgency's been flipped to me by the queens globally. All over, the queens have told me now it's time to get these women in the fresh water. So I'm going to go over a little bit of African spirit science tradition and indigenous American spirit science tradition.
And there's a situation where when you remember how your power is activated to its fullest extent, it's on and cracking. So now y'all starting to realize y'all power in doses. You can't get all your power at one time. Stop panicking. Stop being scared. If you get it all at one time, you will harm yourself not being able to control it. So it comes in controllable increments so you can learn control of it. So the control aspect of the raw spirit power is what we've been denied, and because we haven't had control, it won't rise. So you need a certain amount of self-control. You need a certain amount of what they call spatial awareness. I mean, awareness of the environment around you and how it works. So we finna get into what my sister Sika called me about yesterday. I'm not going to tell y'all the ritual in open public. The ritual is not public domain. I can only tell it to the high priestesses who will go back and teach it to the warrior women who are going to activate the deed. But however, I can tell you the physiological effects that it's going to have on the body. I can tell you why not to go to salt water, because it's going to have a lot of connections to the salt water is last. Let me tell you why you go to fresh water. All this is in the conjure. It's in the history. It's in the power base of the earth-born children of the stars, the women. When I did the video, The Right of the Earth Rights, I told y'all that the women had the right to reclaim the earth first. That's called the right of the earth rights. The rights that allows them to reclaim it was the rituals that they killed them in Salem witch hunts and called them witches and gave us a negative connotation of the term witch when all it really means is wise. So this summer is going to be where the big work, the great arcana, the major work is done with the women on freshwater beaches. In warm climates, there's going to be women that's going to be starting. They're going to be forming their groups, and they're going to be getting the rituals. I don't know how they're going to, it's going to be two ritual formats. One of them I have to give to Sika based off of her rhythm of the drum, and one I have to give to Portia based off her commanding of the warrior troops. So what we're looking at is changing the vibration. So I'm going to go into that and do a couple more invites here, because this is one of those things that's very critical to the rise of the divine feminine. I shared with Sika a couple of Credo Mutua videos. And one of them, the third knot, he identifies me clearly. He tell you exactly what my job is in reverse. And if you don't know how to use the mirror, you could be disturbed. But he know I know what I'm doing, and he know I came to set the shit straight. So from there, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the geography of the planet as far as the difference between what a holy land is, what a promised land is, and the difference in the two, which is a mild comparative analysis. I'm almost done with my invites. I got a couple more I need to get in, and we can get started here on the subject matter. Now, let's see. Yeah, keep going. Yep. Okay. Now, let me go back over my comments while I was doing my invites. Hey, Shannon, Nikki, Morpheus L, what's up? Yeah, we finna give some foundation information right now. All right, so it's gonna be real critical that the women especially pass this. I don't care if y'all don't give it to damn man. If you a woman and you want your power back, this the one. I'm gonna say that again. If you are a woman and you want your power back, this is the one that you share with every female you come in contact where you see her at. They're about to shut the whole world down. And you looking at the very reason why they're about to shut the whole world down. So I'm about to tell y'all the mechanics of the ritual and the little bit about the African
thing anymore. Like I wake up and I tell it, and then I don't know it anymore. So what you were talking about the 369, the 369 women, and I started having that dream in particular in 2016. It was, I guess, 9 of us in all black, and I was in the center in the ocean. We were all in a circle, and I came out in the middle of those women. And then it paused, and then I had that dream again most recently, like a couple of weeks ago. Same dream. And then my cousin had the dream about
Let me ask you a question right quick. You said y'all was in the ocean water, salt water?
I guess it was the salt water, yeah.
Okay, because this is a direct message from Big Mama about Oya, I think it is.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Yeah, and this is twice. This is twice. So just recently, the last dream, 369, it was 9 women in my cousin's dream, but they were all waiting on my arrival to make it. We weren't on the water, but they were all waiting on me, and they all same thing. They all gathered around me, and I'm still trying to figure. I want to figure it out because I know that I have a calling. I just haven't tapped into what it really is, or maybe I do know, but I'm
by birth you a high priestess on the land.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do.
Look, it's gonna come natural to you if you okay. So you know when you was watching your children play and you was thinking about looking around, making sure there wasn't nothing coming, and you was just comfortable with them. And you was in full mother mode.
Yeah.
When you get in that energy, that's what's going to teach you the rest of the way. Nobody else ain't going to have to tell you nothing.
Well, my kids are older now. You know, the youngest is 13 and the oldest is 19.
You can still get in the energy, though.
Okay.
You can still get
I feel that energy when I'm around other little kids.
Right. That's that mother energy. That's the feeling that you want to try to. That's why Big Mama always got somebody's baby.
Yeah.
Because she's steady. She's steady operating from that energy of mother. She take in the girl down the street. She got her kids. She got her grandkids. She got her nieces and nephews. That's how can we all know to go back to Big Mama house. Because Big Mama done told us over generations and generations and generations, baby, if anything go wrong, you can always come back to Big Mama house. You can always come back to my dear house. You can always come back to Nana house. Right? You can always come back to Nana house. Right? So they've been telling us that for generations. We're not going to never forget that.
Right.
So when the chief started putting the pieces back to the puzzle, we know that the yellow brick road can only lead to Big Mama house.
Yeah.
And we know what Big Mama house feel like before we ever get there.
Yes.
Right? So we in the back seat of the car, we going to Big Mama house. We going to Big Mama house. We going to eat some fried chicken and cornbread at Big Mama house. We got our little songs.
Yeah.
The songs over time became full productions to tell us what's going on the land, no matter who's singing it.
Okay.
Right? So the blues come from the Mississippi Delta. Most people don't know that.
Yes. That's right.
It used to be called, when it first came up, was called the Delta Blues.
The Delta Blues. That's correct. Yeah.
Right? Every one of the old blues singers named Son was a chief.
Really? Okay.
If they had an animal attached to their name, they was a chief of that totem clan, like Howlin' Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Right? If they had a color, the color tell you which clan they from. Like Yellow Belly. That's an Oshun clan. He's a priest of Oshun singing music.
Okay.
So now it's in the culture. You can't get it out. It's like a stain on a white shirt that'll never go away.
Right.
We know how to read the pattern of the stain. Because we've seen the stain so many times that it's just automatic that we know. We ain't New Jacks. We not new here. We grew here.
And that's what it feels like. I know for me, I feel like I have been repeating this for many times, right? And now it's to the point where it's time for me to break free of from behind the scenes, from the shadow, and just come out. And I guess I was just trying to figure out the way in which to do it, because it's like I have not pressure on me, but it's pressure on me, right? Because everyone sees it in me.
It's calling. It's a calling.
It's on me, heavy.
Yeah, because the clans are reorganizing and reforming, and they're gonna form around a big mama, either a queen or high priestess, or both.
Just look, Rod, I had the Toad experience like 2 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And when I had that experience, it's like when I went under, is what I call it. All I could hear was that you're a god, and I saw this ceremony. It's like I had this whole ceremony. These little, I'd say fairies or angels, whatever you want to call them, were building this garment on me, right? And they were adorning me in all white and gold. And I woke up saying, I am God. And it's like, where did I get that from? Because I always feel like, you can't be God. But it's like, and then I was told to wear all white, but I didn't do it. It's like I didn't do what I was told to do. Mm-hmm. But it keeps circling back around, like I need to do what I'm supposed to.
Because you're going to be in the loop until you listen.
Didn't I say that? And that's what I said. I feel like I keep looping around.
Yeah. You stuck in it's called monkey flip. When you get to the point where you're supposed to, like say you get to a fork in the road and you don't want to go the way that the sign telling you, you start monkey flipping. You monkey flipping because you're waiting on somebody else that's coming in the same direction to point you in which direction to go.
When I already know the way to go, is that correct?
Right, you already know the way.
Yeah.
But you got to find somebody that you trust more than you trust yourself to tell you that you know the way, so you can remember that you know the way. Here's what it is.
Okay. Someone that I trust more than I trust myself. Okay.
You think somebody got a higher connection to God than you?
Yeah. I'm still trying to release that religious dogma, right?
Yes.
I'm still trying to shake that, but that's what it is. It's like I don't like worthiness, right? Well, why me? I'm on this level, and there should be someone else. When in actuality, it's me.
Your physical reality won't betray your spiritual rank until you pull rank. When you pull rank, you start making shit happen.
How do you pull rank?
By accepting who you are in your God form. Big Mama is God.
Yeah.
You Big Mama on earth. What that tell you?
I'm God.
reflection of Big Mama, as above, so below. But as long as you're running from it, gods don't chase you. You're not going to chase yourself. You're going to monkey flip, though. You a monkey flip.
I can't do that. I can't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to get on
Get
this
out the
live
loop.
forever. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
I'm the monkey
The loop is
flipping this motherfucker it is. I learn the hard way every fucking time, like Jim Croce say. But the reality of it is, I could only run from me until I got tired. And I got tired. It took a long time because I realized that everywhere I went, this motherfucker was here. And everywhere I ain't, this motherfucker ain't.
I'm 44, and it feels like I've been running for 44 plus years.
You got the message at the right time, because 44 is the angel number. If you don't take on in this year your full acceptance of who you are, you check out.
And that's what I was told, that the year 44, I needed to come from under the covers. I needed to come out, and I'm almost 45, so that makes sense.
Hey, it is what it is.
What do I need to do? just take my place on the throne.
Yeah, that's deal with your family. Start with your immediate family,
and that's what I've been doing.
Have family gatherings. For every excuse, if it's a Christmas party and you don't believe in Christmas, fuck the Christmas. Just throw the party, because everybody off work.
Yeah.
Easter, just had an Easter dinner.
And that's what we did. And they listen. When I speak, they listen. You know, I'm from a family of religious Christian folk, and they staunch Christians, but they hear everything I say. Mm-hmm.
The baddest preachers in the world. T.D. Jakes ain't shit without his wife.
Facts. That's true.
Freddie Price wasn't shit without his wife. If his wife got up and left him, it crumbled their ministry.
That's true. You're right.
Why is that? At the end of the day, we still know who the fuck we is.
Yeah.
And even if they couldn't come out and tell us who was doing the dirt because they couldn't see it clear enough, they had to tell it at the level they saw it so that we can put the pieces together. They didn't have to be 100% right. They could have been 1% right. But as long as one of the chiefs see the 1%, we can pass the message on to the other chiefs. Dr. Clark say, in our culture, a thing doesn't have to be true in order for it to carry the truth.
Right.
It don't have to be a true statement in order to embody the truth of an idea.
Right.
So we can use children's stories like Aesop's fables to give our children an illustration that they can understand, and it's just a fairy tale, but it don't mean that there aren't.
Yeah, I read that as a kid. I had those in the childcraft books. Yeah.
Those used to be children's stories in Egypt.
Really?
Yeah, them bedtime stories. You read them to the boy and girl priest. They be 4, 5 years old. If you read Aesop,
I had the whole collection from a little child. My mom bought those for me, and I read them all the time. The
dumbed down version is Grimm's Tales. That's the dumbed down version of Aesop's fables. They knew they was gonna be dumbing us down. If you read Aesop's fables, it reads now like college level literature.
Now I have to go back and reread them.
And if you read Grimm's Tales, it'll read like something you teach teenagers.
Okay.
But all that shit, children's stories. They supposed to be mentally mature enough at 5 and 6 years old to begin to break down Aesop's fables.
And that's how old I was when my mom that's all I read. She read it to me every night.
Yeah, she was preloading you for your position and your mission. You had pretty good grades
Okay.
in school too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was
But I didn't
3.0.
really like it, but I did.
Yeah, I didn't like it either, and I had good grades until I decided not
Yeah.
to.
And I think that's why I talk about the loop, because I was still in society trying to get this and master this, and it never worked out. So
Right,
I thought, but
that
I don't
wasn't
think I was. It was,
you. You was just going over there to see what that was, to know that that wasn't what you was supposed to do.
and that's what I'm realizing now. It wasn't. I wasn't supposed to do it.
But you still took something from the lesson that you could use
Yeah.
with what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
Because Big Mama going to build you up while you're running from her. She's still going to be building you up to take on your position when you turn around and realize the truth of who you is. You ain't new here, you grew here. Now you got to do is start connecting with other Big Mamas, and that's when you're really going to take off.
That's what the 369 is.
Yep. Well, the 369 is 3 pre-puberty. Then you have 6 between puberty and menopause. And then you have 9 elder women.
So let me ask you a question. You said that I need to connect with the other Big Mamas, right? Just recently, a few days, I'm a dream walker, right? A few nights ago, I had a dream. There were probably about, did I tell you, 6 or 9 women sitting at a table. And it looked like they were playing like Bid Whiz or Pinochle, some like old school game, right? But they were all in white. That's the first dream I've ever had where everybody was in all white. And the one lady who I felt that was my granny in the dream, she wouldn't look at me directly. But I could see the faces of the other women. And I guarantee you, if I saw them in this realm, I could pick them out because the features were so unique. But my dog, present day dog, actually went under the table and was licking the lady who wouldn't look in my direction. But she had a smirk on her. She was trying to get her attention. Because she was licking her under the table, but she would never look directly at me. She was looking at an angle. But I felt that it was a connection to her. And it was about maybe 6 to 9 women at that table in the circle. And they were telling me something, but I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah, so to turn around on the dream, she's not accepting you because you haven't accepted yourself yet. So she's not giving you her energy. So when you had the repeat of the dream and she gonna look directly at you, that's when you know she gonna be telling you job well done. They threw a whole fried chicken dinner party for me.
And they were all sitting at the table, and it's like they were all they were talking to me, but I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't understand what they were saying. But they were talking directly to me.
Yeah. But they was really talking in telepathy. And because you still haven't accepted who you is, you haven't turned on that mechanism yet. That's why you couldn't hear them.
So in order to turn on that mechanism, I need to just center myself with other Big Mamas.
Yeah, so y'all mitochondrial connected. All women are mitochondrial connected. They don't have to be the same race as you, as they call it. They don't have to be the same color as you. But they got to have similar values of family.
Okay.
You will know them because they're going to be doing the same shit you doing, trying to have dinners with their families and cook for the grandkids and shit like that.
That's my mama. My mama is still here. And, that's all she wants to do.
Yep. And you're going to have what you call a scout.
Okay.
Scout is going to be in the royal house that will be called your handmaiden. Her job is going to be introduce you into all other women that's doing what you're doing. Like, come on over here. I want you to meet Sister So-and-so from this church. I want you to meet Millie. She a Muslim, but she good people. Right? That's going to be your scout. She going to be the one who's going to put all your Big Mamas from your local area together through you. But she can't do it until you accept yourself. And she's just going to pop up introducing you to people.
Okay.
Self-talk is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Thank
time
you.
to put this shit back together on the land.
I know it is. I know it's time.
Yeah.
And I've been racking my brain. I'm probably not aggravating my fiance, but he's been helping me through this process because we're figuring it out together.
Mm-hmm. We gotta remember, they wouldn't let us teach each other openly what I'm telling you openly right now.
Yeah.
So we had to code it. But it's easier when I could just tell you.
Yeah.
Now he know how to give you support. He can tell you when you doubting yourself.
Yeah. He does. And he does it.
Yeah.
He does it now.
But now you're more apt to do the follow-up. See, it's one thing for somebody to tell you something and for you to act on the information than it is for you. Now you know what you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're on a journey of self-discovery for you to be the best grandmama, big mama you could be. You got to accept the reality that you got, but that just means that everything outside of you is also within inside of you. As above, so below, as within, so without. Once you understand that, then you don't take none of this shit personal. That's how you get all the way to your position. When you stop taking it personal, that means you stop taking sides. Once you stop taking sides, then that puts you in a position to see on a higher level than the average person. Your dreams become more vivid, right? You take the haze out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just what you do.
Okay.
You know?
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That Bologna, yes.
Yeah. A lot of look, but milk. Milk when they introduce you to formula, and when you take your baby off formula to milk, that changes the hormonal balance too.
It's a lot thrown off the hormonal balance of the children. It's a lot. It's everything.
Man, it don't matter what they give you. The best thing that you can give a human baby is breast milk from a mother.
Absolutely.
You can come up with every concoction you want to, every fucking super drink you can figure out, put all of the vitamins and minerals you want to in there. It's still information that's in the colostrum and the breast milk of the mother. And it's a chemical reaction taking place when the baby is locked on to the areola and the brain of the mother is spitting out oxytocin, right? And she looking at the baby, and the baby becomes soothed from the presence of the mother, and her temperature is adjusted to fit his comfort level.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So we don't take all that. That's too much shit. That's too much thinking, nigga. Just get that motherfucker a bottle and throw some formula in that motherfucker. Right? That ain't how this shit works.
Yeah.
The baby get valuable information from breastfeeding from the mother.
Yeah.
You can't replace that with nothing that's synthetic. You get valuable chemical reactions between the child and the mother. A lot of postpartum depression is from mothers not breastfeeding. From her not breastfeeding just fucks her up. Minerals and amino acids and whatnot. So in this one, we're going to deal more with chi, as they call it in the Far East. They call it prana in India, but we call it the ba, the spirit body in Egypt. And the ba, black sheep. So 3 knock ba on that. So the ba is the spirit body, and incorporate the whole body matrix of the spirit body. You have to build up what you would call your energy field. Now, a lot of y'all are not aware of how to do that, so we're gonna get into a little bit of that. I'm gonna try to give it a few more minutes and let a few more people get in here since I can't share and on this device. I don't know why it's only let me share to 3 people. It's insane. Well, okay, so in
I'm gonna go over a few things that y'all seen in TV to get y'all visuals on what I'm talking about. When I use the TV reference, know that the televised reference is an exaggerated idea of what's real. It's an exaggeration in order for you to realize what's taking place on a different level. Now we see like animes like Dragon Ball Z, different cartoons like the X-Men, and you see them shoot energy out of this part of their hand right here. In this part of the hand, like Magneto might shoot a magnetic burst out of his hand. Another one might do something else out of his hand. Sometimes they have like a projectile that flies out of the hand. If that's a cartoon version, is an extreme exaggeration. There's energy that comes out of there. This is true. It's detectable without a machine. By cupping the hands together and slowly pushing together, you are starting to press your positive and your negative against each other. And if you pay attention and give it a mild focus, you will feel the energy build up between them. Well, this exercise is the equivalent of doing push-ups for your spirit. And the more you do it, the stronger it gets. That means that your spirit body is becoming stronger, meaning that your aura is becoming more expansive through your torsion field. Your torsion field is when your heart chakra open and your third eye and your crown seat is open. There's a light beam that shoots from your tailbone when your sacred secretion, your sacred secorium rises to the top. Now, I'm going to give y'all some references to try to understand what I'm talking about, because it's not always easy to incorporate new information into what we've been led to believe. So go to Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, you'll see them moving the hands in a motion like a ball. The psychological focus of the exercise of Tai Chi is on the connecting of the two poles of energy in the palms and learning to control the ball once you've made it. Once you made it, you're supposed to be able to move it. The ball of energy, then, it becomes like a pill, empty capsule for you to put intent in there, throw it up to the universe, and it do its thing. But that's another form of ancient magic that they told y'all was crazy. Okay, so when you go to Tai Chi and they teaching you to press that energy and do that exercise to build that energy between the palms, it seems to you from the first person perspective that it's only building the connection from here to here. But in order for this connection to increase, the overall aura energy field has to increase. So the body has to vibrate higher because it's going to get a bigger aura. And this is conditioning the body, whether it want to be conditioned or not, to absorb a whole light body. As you strengthen this, if you've been cleaning your filters, and the more that you do it, right, the more you strengthen it, and the more you strengthen, the bigger your aura get. When that light ray finally come all the way through the lens of the upper atmosphere and hit you, you can incorporate your whole light body, your whole spiritual body in your physical form. You can accommodate it without the disruption in the energy between the nervous system and the rest of the body, because it's going to come in through the nerves. And this is why all of your chakras is on what they call a nerve ganglia. That means a gang, some thugs of nerves, and puddled up in the posse in each one of those sites, like they on the corner, you know, bumping the box, like an alibi for slinging the rocks, that kind of shit. You know, the nerve gang, they all clicked up. It's a huddle of it. It's like a nest. all held together of nerves, and they generate energy at each site. These sites have connectors of energy and nerves. And then in the Western medicine, it's called your nervous system. In the Far East, they use the energy as your acupoints, your acupressure points, where they go to certain spots on that nerve in order to realign the energy transfer along that meridian or that pathway of the nerve. When they do this, it allows the nerve to recover from a blockage. Now, those nerve blockages, 9 out of 10 was an emotional block that got trapped in your nervous system because you didn't know how to keep your nerves from bottling up, is what they call it. They bottle up and it causes a knot in your nervous system. When they do it in the brain and you finally get overwhelmed by it, that ganglia of nerves pops. It's called a stroke, an aneurysm, and a neuroaneurysm. Give you a stroke. It's explosion, boom, in the brain. Just like somebody put a firecracker in there and lit it directly in your brain. The remedy for that is to keep the omega-369s, your essential fatty acids is what it's called. Your essential fatty acids keeps those nerve endings free. So just like when you free that emotional bullshit, the baggage you carry, the resentments you have, I can't stand that motherfucker over there. Why? I don't know. I just don't like the way he be looking. Why? Because you was taught to find every excuse you can to take all this self-hate that they feeding you to yourself and put it on somebody else and blame them for you hating yourself. You can't do that. That's not fair. You could do it, but it's not going to serve a beneficial outcome. So you don't judge other people, because that's when you start judging yourself. Every judgment you got of somebody else is a condemnation of something that you have in yourself. So you have what you call double speak, two languages being spoken at the same time. And one language is for one group of people and another language is for another group of people. This is what they do in politics. It's called double speak. And they tell you how stuff work on one level, but they pass messages behind your back, in front of your face, without you never knowing they talking over your head. So as soon as you catch what's going over your head, that's an interception. When you get an interception, what you do? Run for the goddamn touchdown, motherfuckers. Touchdown. Now we up for the field goal. Finna punt this bitch home. So when that build up, the Qigong masters, right? Now, they are specialists in the research of the energy body more so than the nervous system, like acupuncture. They deal with the aura as a whole, or the vibrational aspect of the energy that emanates from the body. I forgot my man's name on my page. And that's what he does. I got a couple of them. One of them is Daryl Pruitt. He's a masseuse that deals in the Qigong therapy as well. And he pretty good. So if y'all want to know about that, then y'all could probably tag him. He watched this video. He'll get with you on it. And my man last name Burns. He on my friends list. And I can't think of his first name right now. But he's in the Qigong healing and different things of that nature. And there's a few more people in my page that's into how Qigong works, the mechanics and the energy exchanges and whatnot. Then once you get this understanding of building up the energy body and flushing the body with the water, keeping it hydrated, because accumulated dehydration will creep up on you and you won't ever see it coming because you've been drinking other fluids. But when you put all this stuff together, when the stars line up to who you are, when your particular other part of yourself, your star self, get into alignment with your physical self and you wake all the way up, then you're not going to need a teacher, because your teacher is going to be you. You're going to be your own self teacher, your own self guide form that will consult with the universe to get all answers to all things. Now, that's what Sika talks about. She not sure she got to go to source. She's always talking about she got to go to source. Well, this is what she's talking about. She was trained on specifically that alone, which made it a little one-sided, but it had to be that way. To finally awaken to the balance of nature and to incorporate the whole form of the spiritual body in the physical matrix, to become one with your light body, has always been our goal. Everybody wasn't allowed the same opportunity to experience their whole light body. Some people was intended to be slaves forever. That wasn't fair. So mama said, fix it. So we fixed it. So ain't nobody gonna be slaves no more. All the money. So back in the day, Prince wrote a song called Ronnie Talk to Russia Before It's Too Late, before they blow up the world. That's a whole nother day, and we don't have Ronald Reagan. We got his little buddy, Donald the Duck. So Donnie talked to Russia before it's too late, because we about to take this bitch back, because it's our world, right? So all these people that was putting roadblocks in the way, I don't know more. Work done. So the master key to ascension is to prepare yourself to receive your whole light body. The fact that you can think about it is mentally preparing you for it already. Some people, just off that fact alone, body and mind gonna start working together to move you automatically in direction, because we all want to be one with the light. We all want to be one with the source. We all want to experience the ability to have the life that we want as part of God, as heaven on earth, utopia, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's the natural balance into everything to the environment around you. Your spatial awareness determines what you understand about the environment around you. The less you understand about how you fit in the world, the less you understand about the environment around you. The less you understand about the environment around you, you don't have no concept of how to navigate the physical world and still not lose your spiritual self. And that was the whole trick, to navigate the physical world without losing your spiritual self, because your spirit self is eternal. But the only way you can lose it is if your body, your psyche becomes so damaged you can't process. That's why I say you lose your mind, you lose your soul. Because if you don't have a mind to assimilate the from the universe to man, everybody are looking for a leader. You're your own leader. It's already in you, already God. You just got to remember, the God form is God only help those who help themselves. Think about that for a minute. God only look out for babies and damn fools. Think about that for a minute. If you don't help yourself, God can't help you. Well, where God at? How we find this motherfucker so he can come help us? The God is within. It's your genie in the bottle. It's your resurrected self from the death of the ignorance of the knowledge of its existence, through the distraction of the 1,000 points of light that they put in places to be our stumbling blocks. We turn 1,000 points of light into 1,000